What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Three Show. We've got top prospects loading, history being made, and playoff races tightening across the league. After one icy weekend, the heat is officially on, so let's go ahead and start this week's episode off by recapping in the West Division. Granite City was absolutely dynamite in their crossover series with Rochester, sweeping the weekend and punching their ticket to the postseason. The Jacks lit the lamp 11 times while only giving up 3 goals across the 2 games. Second-year forward Ty Smith had a weekend to remember, hitting the 100-point mark in the NA3HL after a 3-goal and 2-assist performance. The Jacks now sit 2 points behind the Moose in the standings, and the battle for first place in the division is shaping up to be a true fight to the finish. Yellowstone bounced back after dropping Game 1 to Gillette, winning Game 2 by a score of 7-4. Special teams were huge, accounting for 6 out of the 11 combined goals. The Quake raced to a 3-0 first period lead, but the Wild came roaring back to tie it up 4-4 early in the third. The rest of the final frame belonged to Yellowstone, who scored 3 unanswered goals to seal the win. Carson George's hat trick and Dean Schlarman's 2 goals powered the Quake on offense. New Mexico officially clinched their spot in the playoffs after taking 2 out of 3 games against El Paso, and the Ice Wolves captain Jake Wenner hit a milestone along the way, recording his 100th career point in the NA3HL. We caught up with Jake about the weekend and the keys to his team's success.
Yeah, I think just sticking to our systems, playing our game was a big part of it. Our goalies have been rocks for us all year, and they showed up this weekend and made it really easy for us.
And with that series, you guys clinched a spot in this year's playoffs. What does that say about the team that you guys have this year?
Yeah, it's a special group. I mean, we got a great group of guys, all show up every day, work hard, and I think it's really reflective of the work we've put in.
And you've been a part of the Ice Wolves organization for a number of years now, and this year you were named the captain. How are you able to continue the winning culture in the room? You have new guys coming in every year, you have a new coach this year, but the product on the ice has still been the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's been really easy. Everyone's come in, worked hard. I've just done my part. Obviously I've been here before and just trying to work through with the guys, making sure they know the process every day. Yeah, it's just I've done what I can.
Out in the East Division, it's round 3 between the Buzz and Nordiques as they'll take place in their 3rd straight series. Each team has already completed a sweep over the other, so the momentum is definitely up for grabs. We'll first hear from Buzz captain Keegan Elliott on the challenges that they've been facing and how they've overcame them.
I think a lot of it is just chemistry. We've had some new additions to the roster as well as a short roster problem throughout the season. We've overcome our challenges and we're a pretty tight-knit group and just looking to show it on the ice in the upcoming weekends, especially on the way to playoffs coming up soon.
And when we look at the series that you guys have had, the one that you guys kind of came away victorious was on home ice. What is it about that playing at home kind of gives your team the edge?
Not to make excuses or anything, but we had a pretty tough schedule headed out to Maine. Um, I still think we didn't put on our best performance with the legs that we had, but we could blame it on that trip. But at the end of the day, um, we just need to be able to we're working out pretty hard to um just have the same mindset going into every single game, no matter where we're playing, who we're playing, this and that. So just um it takes time. We've been through a lot this season as a team together. So just learning to keep that mindset together, no matter where we're playing, is a big thing.
And you touched on it earlier. Playoffs are right around the corner. And you were on that team that went to the Fraser Cup last year. As a captain and a returner, what's kind of your message, knowing that the team has a lot of new guys, on how you need to perform, down the final stretch?
Um, First and foremost, every game is a new game. Doesn't matter what you did last game. All that matters is tonight and focusing on what you can do to contribute to win this game. Your stat sheet doesn't matter. All that matters is the team's points at the end of the season, and focusing on ourselves rather than focusing on the team isn't going to get us, we're not going to make it to St. Louis this year if we're focused on the wrong things. Just focus on the night, focus on what you can do to contribute. If it's a hit, if it's a goal, if it's a block shot, whatever it is, just contribute how you can, contribute how you play your role, and everything else will take care of itself.
Up next, Maine's Quinn Dungan joins us from the road. After last weekend's sweep, he talks about what he liked best from his team's efforts and the importance of points down the stretch.
I think we implemented a lot of new systems before last weekend that we didn't have beforehand when we played them earlier in the year, which was not a good showing. But we implemented them before the weekend against the Buzz the second time, and I think everything worked out perfectly. 2-5-1 wins, which I think we need the points. So I think if we ironed out some kinks this weekend in practice, which are going to be needed. But yeah, I think we have all the confidence to win both these games, and we expect to win both these games.
And you touched on the points yourself. You guys are a few points out of a playoff position, but you do have some games in hand. What's kind of your message to the team, knowing that these points are crucial on the line this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone on the team is on the same page where, we need to win out at least, or at least make overtime in every game the rest of the season. So we need to get a point every game this season. I think this is a weekend we believe we can win both in reg and get 4 points out of it. So we're all of the same mindset here. We want to make playoffs. We want to play. So I think, we're.
And what's it going to take for your team to kind of come out successful and capture all 4 of those points and kind of limit the other team to not getting any points, in overtime or a shootout?
Just keep doing what we've been doing the past 3 games, 2 against the Buzz, 1 against Norwich. Once again, since implementing those systems, we've been an entirely different hockey team, I think, compared to beforehand. And if we just work as hard as we have been and play as good as we have been, in my opinion, I think we'll be perfectly fine. I think we can beat any team in this division.
Don't forget, this afternoon, we've got some exciting news dropping as the top prospects rosters will go live on our social channels at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. As always, every game this weekend will be streamed live on NATV, including this week's free game of the week as Sheridan visits Helena in a 1 vs 2 Frontier Division battle. As always, be sure to follow along and we'll see you next week.